Hi, this is Kathy with KathyElton.com, and this is Isabel, my cat. And Isabel really could care less about me all day long, but as soon as I want to sit down and do a blog, she all of a sudden wants to be my best friend. So, Isabel, you get back down there, and let's talk about what topic I have today. Today, I would like to talk a little bit about keeping parties in the same room versus separating them. And the reason this is on my mind is because I've had a lot of parties recently who want to be in separate rooms. And I totally respect the party's wishes, and so I keep parties separate when they ask to be separate. But I want to say to those of you who are mediators, and for those of you who are considering mediation, I just want to talk for a few minutes about what the benefits I believe are in keeping parties in the same room. And before I talk about the benefits, I also want to say that there are cases where parties should not be in the same room. And in cases of power and control, domestic violence, fear, those kinds of things, I really do believe that parties should be kept separate. But here are some things that I believe we lose in the mediation process when we separate the parties. First, one of the things that I have noticed recently as I move back and forth between the rooms is that the parties are sometimes surprised at how reasonable the other party's offers or agreements are. And I wish that they were in the same room to experience that together. I think especially for co-parents or for people who are going to have an ongoing relationship, being able to see one another be reasonable is something that would really help and improve their relationship long term. And when I am the one carrying the message back and forth, I don't think the same effect of the reasonableness and the acknowledgement of that is the same as it would be if the parties were in the same room. The other part is that I have experienced times when, even when parties are in high conflict, when they're in the same room, if one of them throws an idea out on the table, often the other party will immediately and spontaneously have a reaction to it. And it's my experience that that reaction they have to it can actually build upon it and take it to a place that it won't go if I am the one moving from room to room, taking that idea to each party. So I think that we lose some of the creativity and some of the spontaneity that mediation has in it as a process when the parties are not in the same room and they're not able to have those spontaneous, creative responses to one another. The final thing for me as a mediator personally is that I feel ultra responsible when I have parties in separate rooms because I am the only one that has all the information. And I feel like that's a lot of responsibility for a mediator to have, to carry the context and the content back and forth between two different rooms and trying to keep it all structured in a way that each party fully understands what it is that's being talked about, what is being offered, and how the offers are being made. So for me as a mediator, my preference would always be, even in high conflict, to have parties in the same room. But I do know that there are times when it doesn't work, and I think that if people are not safe and don't feel safe, that being in the same room won't work anyway, so we don't lose any of that. But just some thoughts on it. What do you think? Let me know. Make a comment. What do you think about the benefits and the negatives of having parties in the same room, and what do you find in your mediation practice? What works, what doesn't, and what have you experienced? So until next time, this is Kathy, and it's great talking to you. I hope that you make some comments. Bye-bye.